Hello and welcome back, this is Insti and I'm continuing playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Last episode, well, our little recon to the CARM facility didn't go as silent as Miller had hoped. So basically they were already waiting for us and one thing led to another, and then there's quite a lot of dead bodies. Quite a mess, honestly. And now we're back in the Prague, and apparently there's a curfew, and the police have itchy trigger fingers, and they're patrolling streets, probably trying to kill me anyway, so there might be few casualties. There will be casualties, probably. Anyways, I'm gonna check now. We have augments. I actually was thinking this earlier. I was thinking Icarus Dash, but honestly, I don't know if I want it at this point. Huge energy consumption, maybe not. At least not yet. Of course, I could. Wait, what was this? Oh, this was the reflex booster, but again, no, I don't think I need it. Weapon handling, not that important. I was thinking flash suppressant, because honestly they actually do make you blind, which makes sense after all. It's their idea to make you blind. So that could be. We could buy smart vision, less energy consumption. But I think I'll go with the leg silencers. There might be a few places where I need it. And yeah, I go with the flash suppressant. So basically, yeah. Also, I was thinking chaff, but I don't know. I'll go with this and whatever we get next, maybe. Who knows? So, if I understood correctly, our leg enhancer should be F3. Yes, it is. So, hello, Chicane.
What's the matter? You getting cold feet?
Just curious about something. About what happened in the Alps.
I'm thinking the same thing. Though it's almost like they knew we were coming, isn't it?
We?
No need to mince words with me, Jensen. Say what you're really thinking.
They were ready for me, Chicane. And when I tried to reach you on comms...
Motherfucker. Are you saying I tipped him off?
Easy. I'm just trying to make sense of what happened.
Alright. Look, it might have been my fault. I thought I was careful, man. Making the approach like I did, but... after I dumped you off, I got picked up on radar. I got sloppy. Easy as that. Shit. Maybe I've lost the edge.
I don't think that's it at all. They knew we were coming the moment we lifted off from Prague. Not a lot of people knew we were going.
What? Miller?
I don't know. I don't really know who everyone is yet, who I can trust.
Listen, man. Miller would have preferred to send Mac and the strike team, so...
Forget it. I'm just tired. Not getting much rest lately.
Hey, look. I know it ain't easy finding your place. Believe me, I know what that's like. We're all on the same side here, alright? This task force is your family, and if you can't trust your family, man, you're lost.
Thanks, Chicane.
Anytime. Now do me a favor and try not to get your clank ass shot out there, alright?
Oh, you big softy, clank ass. I like that. Well, I'm easily humored. So, alright, we are going towards what? Meet Vega in the limb clinic, yes. And if I'm lucky, there should be a few... well, obviously, serial killings are something I need to do. But I don't know when it activates, so I have to be careful. Then, of course, then there's the mystery augs. Those will be finished in this episode. I'm guessing I need to go around places and see what's everywhere.
Don't know why he didn't listen. Let's see what we have. Fuck! Then why did he run?
What's the holdup? So?
So we killed a citizen.
The city's on lockdown. A true citizen would respect that. Get him in the truck.
I was thinking first that, yeah, shooting police would be a little bit problematic, but to be honest, I don't think it is, because they're, well, those are not really good cops.
You've been off the grid since the bank job, man. I was getting worried.
Been busy. Had to convince Miller to send me on a recon mission to Garm. When I got there, I ran into an ambush.
Again? Was it the same mercs as in Dubai, those gold mask creeps?
Yeah, only this time Viktor Marchenko was with them. He tried to kill me with this.
What is it?
The orchid. Think you can get it analyzed?
Yeah, we got a couple of scientists on the Collective's mailing list. Some of them are already culling through the files you and Janus pulled from the bank. I'll let you know what they find. Oh, and we also ran a trace on that email you gave me, from Rucker. It originated from an unregistered pocket secretary in Hong Kong.
So we don't know who sent it?
Not yet. It's been shut off ever since. But we left a trace running, so if it lights up again, we'll know.
Good. Something big is coming, Alex. Ark's being framed for a terrorist attack that hasn't occurred yet.
They're gonna take more lives, blow up another train station? Jesus, Adam, look at it out there. Any chance we had of easing fears and fighting people's hatred will be gone. That piece of shit UN legislation will pass, and we'll all be thrown into Aug-only hellholes like Udalek.
While Nathaniel Brown sits back and earns trillions.
Brown? That slick suit from the Santo Corporation?
Page said Brown was calling the shots. And in Switzerland, Marchenko said Brown had confirmed date and time.
But where? Brown's been traveling extensively, promoting Rabia and his Safe Harbor initiative. His next junket's in London. But if he's behind this, he's not gonna attack himself.
Maybe not. Marchenko also mentioned someone who can tell us. But I have to meet with Miller first. How soon can you get the sample analyzed?
As fast as possible. If you're meeting with Miller, be careful. You walked into another ambush in Garm, and Miller's not off my suspect list yet.
We'll see.
So, we're done with that. So obviously we need to go and talk to Miller. I'll just check around, but honestly I don't think there's anything left to be found. That is something we already read, I think. Yes, it is. Any new news? Well, we have these. Come on. Martial law declared. Lawmakers in Prague, working under direct instruction from Army of the Czech Republic, have declared state of emergency in and around the city, following the unexpected death of Dr. Talos Rucker. We believe that terrorists living inside the Utila complex will use their leader's death as an excuse to rain more mayhem down on Prague, President Gisli said in a statement. Riots have been going on all day inside Golem City, and a number of deaths have been reported. We cannot and will not let that happen here. Martial law is in effect until the crisis is lifted, with state police given sweeping powers to enforce peace. Curfew has been enacted and no citizen, augmented or not, is allowed to the street. It goes without saying that any who break curfew or resist police orders will be dealt with harshly. Oh, I already read this. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, so no new news. Okay. So basically, I would like to go to TF29. Let's see how sneakily we can do this. If I fail, well, people die. As it customary.
I knew this Rucker business would cause trouble.
Wait, what? Oh. So we are doing... So I need to be a bit careful with those bigger guys.
Can't tell who might be out here.
I would like to empty the streets a little bit. Maybe not killing, but making my life a bit easier to move around. Why there is a point of interest? Is that the...
Area's clear.
Oh, okay, that's closed. Fine. Yeah, I need to be a bit careful with those bigger guys as... Wait, what does this do? Okay, let's stop with that. So... Is it actually a point of interest? Yes. I don't know, it just... So it's somewhere over there. Yeah, those big dudes are a bit problematic to take down. I know with the pistol, EMP shot, then I can take them down. Whoa. Okay, if I'm getting lucky, he might actually come here. Could you move a little bit further down the road?
Damn shadows.
Okay, that didn't work. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Definitely that didn't work. Oh, I don't have that many bullets for this. No, wrong button. Let's see. Regular. You could use ammo piercing now. What about you? I don't think we have that many armor piercing. No, so let's go with that. That's my shot. I wasn't supposed to take the painkillers, but fortunately I do have. Okay. So unfortunately, these are dead now. I really failed that. And we got the painkiller. You're free.
Fucking cops! What is this, a police state? They can't just arrest me for being on the street.
Well, there's two things. This is a police state now, and curfew. Anyways, I digress. Let's go down.
You bastards will hear from my lawyer.
I don't think they care about your lawyer, man. Oh, totally didn't. I should be a bit more careful. Or I end up killing every last one of the police force. Between... Oh, it's a turret. Now that's an interesting. That is an interesting thing. Maybe I could... Is there a way I could hack it for working for me? Ah, there might be. There really might be. So I need that.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Whoa. I should have used the nuke.
Access granted.
But that's okay. Let's friendly fire. So. Oh. With my luck, that's a goat. Hello, Davis. Welcome aboard. Not sure if you received this in your welcome package. Did you get your welcome package? But in case not, here's your magic number, the code for the employees only area. I know that what you're thinking. How exclusive. But it is not really. Everyone gets one. Anyways, glad you could join. See you on the round. Oh, almost forgot the code. Haha, it's 2548. Thanks, Leland. Okay. Anything back here? It's quite eerie to walk around these areas you have used time to empty at some point. Funny thing is, I could probably carry that with me and use that as my... Oh. Oh, where are we actually going? It would seem that we are going in a different area. Okay. That's fine. Let's go then. So... Here we go. Nice. Show off. Yeah, your hands work, mate. It still works. Third time's the charm. Somehow these empty metro tunnels now reminds me of a horror movie called Creep. There was Franca Potente was the main actress on that. And Sean Harris was the antagonist. Great actor. I do enjoy that movie. Early 2000s. But I digress. It was just basically what happens. Lady leaves from the house party, falls asleep at the metro tunnels, which are closed, and then stuff happens. But anyways, do we have a turret in here? We don't. If I need to go back and forth more, which is most likely, then of course I skip those things. Oh, I hate those flying things because those are annoying to deal with. I guess that's the general idea. Why I cannot... The funny thing is, I could just run in the middle and...
Should have done this long ago.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Crazy bitch killed herself, I guess.
Get off on this kind of
Or
thing.
maybe one of these other clanks knocked her off. Who cares? Her father's been harassing everyone for news. We have fucking riots in Golem City, and a suicide Henzer cult on our hands? He can wait. Hey, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just passing on some information. You want to pass on something? Pass on that she thought she was becoming a god or some bullshit. Can you imagine? I heard they call it the Ascension. What a bunch of shit.
Okay, that was interesting. Oh, finally we... Oh, go, 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 go! Oh, you heard me. Please come here. I could deal with you if you are actually coming here. Yes, check the hole in the wall. Well, that was... Peekaboo. Now take that. Honestly, I'm kinda tempted to try to deal with that guy too. So...
I know that.
You know. What did you drop and where? Let's... There you go. Wait. Oh, that was just a screen. Yes. Now, where do I need to go exactly? Beer. Beer. Anyways. I think we read this. Yeah. Oh, hello there, civilian. Oh, hello there, civilians.
What can I get for you?
That is a good question.
What can I get you? Beer? Something else?
What else?
What else have you got?
Oh, just an item of interest.
For someone who lives off of their sales, you're unusually reserved.
Well, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust, especially these days. For example, I don't suppose you have any neuropozyne you would be willing to spare, do you?
Well, as you asked, of course I do.
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means.
These are tough times. We all have to do what we can.
You understand? That's... You have no idea how many people just look the other way. But we can't afford to. Not Augs, and not anyone else. What happens to one happens to all of us.
The neuropozyne isn't even for you, is it?
No, it's not. I'm what you might call a... Well, I think of myself as a Samaritan smuggler. I get things for people in need.
I'm glad I could help.
Listen, I can't let you leave without thanking you properly.
Ah.
I store a few supplies in the basement. The code to the door is 1015. Help yourself to what's down there.
I already have.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Like you said, we all need to help each other. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Let's see those odds and ends you have for sale.
Okay, first aid. I don't need that.
I'm good for now.
But...
As you wish.
Thank you. So, well, basically we could get the same stuff we already did in the first run. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. I do have so many neuropozyne that it really doesn't matter. I probably could sell them. Although I don't know what would I do with the money. So, where do I need to go? It's left and sewers. That should be manageable. Oh. I could go out to check the shop. Okay, yeah, we are allowed to be here, so I'll go and check around here first. Sell stuff, buy stuff. I could go and check my apartment buildings to see if there's something changed there. So let's go way up first, and then we come down.
Don't even think of going out there.
Okay. Samizdat. This we haven't read. Prague under martial law. Everyone is guilty. Understand, the police now have the authority to kill anyone found walking the streets after curfew, augmented or not. Samizdat revelations on the government have always had us in the firing line, but martial law means that any person who steps out the line is a target. You, your family, your neighbors, regardless of the truth. This lockdown shows that our government neither respects nor values the lives of their citizens. Samizdat's warning of Resolution 3507 for the rest of us has materialized. Easy answer, stay home and out of trouble. But what of the weeks to come? Will those same dually corrupted police be ordered to track you from your own house as suspected troublemaker? It's not enough for us to simply report on this. Samizdat is providing shelters around Prague for those who no longer trust the authorities. Seek sanctuary, stay off the streets, and join with others like you offering help and a way out. Ignoring disregard for others' rights is what got us here in the first place. Now, more than ever, Samizdat will fight back and to remain the loud and clear voice of reason against the pernicious idiots in power. Never forget, the truth can change everything. Find it, protect it, share it. Longer life, shorter expectation. Confidential review copies of upcoming UN report warn that Earth's population will hit 10 billion by 2040, 10 years earlier than expected. Without moderation, says the report, this rate of growth will prove unsustainable. Luckily, it's hard to believe that our world leaders might consider culling as the best answer, right? Time for a history lesson. Since the turn of the millennium, 65 million people had elected for biomechanical augmentation. In 2027, the tragic accident known simply as the incident wiped out 89% of these freshly empowered human beings, faster than you or I could say depopulation. Still finding it hard to believe. List of extinct species: mammoth, dodo, saber-toothed dinosaur, augs. Okay. I don't think there's anything new in here. What about emails? We haven't checked those for a while. Nothing new. So let's go back to the shop then. I have a feeling we need to come back here later. Once or twice, probably. Oh, this is the wrong place. It's a little bit further down the road, like here. Hello.
You want praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkillers.
I might be interested.
I do hope you have.
They sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, I do hope you have praxis. That would be nice. What do you have? Ooh, you do have a praxis kit. Nice. I could buy the biocells also. Maybe I even use them at some point. More than ever. Crafting pots, yes. So let's... Not selling this. The question is, will I use it? That's the different case. But smoke grenade, yes. You can go to... I could sell these, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm kind of thinking... Well, I don't know what I'm thinking. Do I have enough to craft something? I need to check the other shop at some point.
Stop wasting my...
Wasting your time!
I have everything I need.
Then get lost.
Again? Why do you think I wasted your time? I bought everything you had. Now, first things first, why did the grenade change that? Don't change that. Can I upgrade anything? I think... Yeah, this is fully upgraded. What about this? Fully upgraded. I think you are fully upgraded too. Yes, so it would be the shotgun that needs something. 90 crafting material, then I have upgraded everything. And when I would say everything, I do mean everything. So I have 1 praxis point. What do I do with that? I could go with this. Yeah, let's go with this. It really doesn't matter at this point. So, back to the sewers it is. Oh. Wait. Why does got me here? Anyways, anyone? Are you alive? Yes, you're alive. Good, good, good. Okay, that didn't work as planned. I should have taken that. But we can just drop ourselves. I got a bad feeling about this. So where are we exactly going? Ah, there. So what is so... Well, there was that note about some K, maybe... Hello?
I like it down here. If you don't, then you can just fuck off.
Okay, sure, whatever. Let's make a proper save just in case. Bit eerie. Do I want to go to the left? Oh, you guys in here.
You. Tall, dark, and augmented. Over here. Welcome to the underground. I owe you an apology for hacking your info link.
Well, let's forgive.
Don't sweat it. I'm assuming you had a good reason.
Samizdat's usual channels are all bugged. I couldn't risk an audio communication being traced back here.
You're little K, right? You don't sound local.
I wrote some things that made me have to delocalize a long time ago. Been living story to story on a Schengen visa and a language implant ever since. Never expect a short story from a long-form journalist. You want to know why I brought you here? The police raided Samizdat last night. Cleared us out. We were broadcasting until they pulled the plug. Radios, flyers, mail bursts, the makeshift media van. Getting the message out to our subscribers if they needed a refuge. As you can see, it went a little wider than we anticipated.
Okay, Samizdat.
This isn't what I call laying low. Aren't you afraid the police will find you again, finish what they started?
They already got the K. Bones, the backup servers, even the shitty coffee machine. Enough for them to call it a win and get back to indiscriminate brutality on the streets.
Where were you when this happened?
Right here. Running our little home away from home. Our sources tipped us off about the martial law. Either we could write about it and throw our hands up. Boy, I sure hope this massive rights violation doesn't end up being too awful this time. Or we could enact a readiness plan and really do something.
Yeah, when we first met, I called you pamphleteers. I guess I should apologize.
Oh no, we were pamphleteers. Now we're pamphleteers, jury rigging an underground railroad.
Okay, the underground?
So are you running a resistance cell here or a campaign room?
Why not both? Now Samizdat has a captive voter base we could run for the Senate.
It's organized resistance then?
Peaceful resistance. We're working together to get people under the cordon and out of Prague. It's a happy accident of a police state. Well, I say happy when everyone's repressed, they can see past their prejudices.
Or they shift the blame. It's gonna take a long time for those prejudices to heal.
As long as certain people can profit from keeping the wounds fresh. But you knew that already.
Okay, and what about K?
What happened to K?
K is me now. according to the Samizdat Manifesto. It's all very third-wave socialist with a dash of martyr complex.
Good to know. But I mean, what physically happened to him?
Right. His name is Yarek Drobny. He's being held by the police along with Bones. No contact, no bail, no rights, plausible deniability.
He must have known the risks.
Well, he was open to the existence of risks. When you showed up, it should have been a wake-up call, but you were reasonable. The state isn't reasonable.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I'm pretty sure you didn't call me to put up posters. What's the deal?
We've made a plan. We're getting people out of the city, starting first thing tomorrow. I want Yarek and Bones to go with them, but first, we need to bust them out of jail. Tonight.
And you think I'm the kind of guy who breaks into police stations?
Are you telling me you're not?
Well, I kinda am. Yeah, so let's do that.
Fine, I'll get them out. They're being held in the temporary police station downtown?
Yes, by the Monument Metro. Once you're clear, takes them across the plaza to the Ineda Cleaners. We've cached everything they need for a long road trip along the old NATO decommissioning zone.
That's your escape route? Puts getting them past the state police into perspective.
It works on paper. And gives them these new identity documents, a lot of new identities. We found a very good forger. We're keeping her from a bright future in a Pika's newsroom.
Is she the same we already met?
You'll have to borrow...
Milana, you didn't take my advice about giving up on forgery.
I know. But trouble is, I've got a talent for it. And it's a real growth market. As soon as you got me out of that thing with Dragomir, I had like 20 emails from Samizdat. Do you have any idea how difficult it is for art school graduates to find a specialist subject these days?
The permits aren't enough for police anymore, forged or real.
In Prague, maybe. But it turns out I'm multilingual when it comes to falsifying border passes. Lucky, right?
If it works, I'd say lucky.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Super Commando Man. Oh, don't mention it, Milena. If there was an easier option, you think we wouldn't take it? I was less stressed out when I was working at gunpoint.
We may not agree on your methods, but I'll let you get back to your work.
Coming from you, that is like the gold star seal of approval.
Okay, that was actually quite funny. This is going to be a little bit back and forth. Now I need to think, how do I work this? Obviously we need to free K. I could go and check Miller and hope that activates other things too. Because I know I need to come back here on this area. Probably not for the K, but for the serial killings, I think, at least. So I probably should try to minimize the back and forth thing. It's not a big problem, but to be honest, it's still something I'm thinking not to do. So I'll go back now. I'm guessing the best idea would go to the Miller first, then to the K. Well, then see what we can see. But basically I would also like to check the other shop. Now, I'll make a quick save here. Once I get back to the metro, I'll skip that, but there might be something happening before that, because okay, I could actually use those. Yeah, that makes my life a little bit easier, fortunately. So with that invisibility I could probably, and I can, avoid most of the conflict if I want to. But again, it is the question, do I want to? Probably I will.
Damn Augs. Come on, I heard.
All right, I have to remember, if I want to be quiet, I probably... Okay, that worked. Yeah, I shouldn't walk fast when I'm invisible, unless I use the silent footsteps, which also kinda... Now I'm trying to remember. I guess the pilgrim station would be closest towards the TF-29, so I'll go there. Or am I going there? Yes. So once I get the pilgrim station, I'll see you guys there. Be right back. Okay, here we are. Maybe I just... Oh. They... Seriously? Can I not carry it? Oh, I can. I can. Please. Ah, yes. It was a bit easier.
This is ridiculous. At least get us out of the rain.
Fortunately, you are not shooting friendly guys. Wait a minute. Let's drop this here. Let's check if I can see anything in there. Probably nothing.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Come on.
Access denied.
Nah. I'm taking my gun with me and leaving now. So... Don't mind me, I'm just carrying this. I'll have to be careful that I don't die. But, yep, it works. Oh. Keep firing! So far, so good. Yeah, he's down now. Stop throwing those... Oh. Now that's not fun. You broke my gun for now. Will it come back? I don't know. Yeah, it comes back. Well, that's not fair. To kill my gun. Pop your head up. Yeah, I think I'm done with that. Whoa! That was a bit lucky, so I didn't... Is this infiltrating? I don't know. No, 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 no. Cancel. Cancel. I wanna grab you and carry you into the middle and drop you there. Not too silent and not too subtle. And no. Oh, you broke my toy. Oh, need to get some cover. Whoa. Now you had some reason to be a bit more aggressive. Well, that was fun. I had to try that. I think I did that in Human Revolution also. Yeah, why not? I have to say that turret is a nice thing to play with. So... Oh, you had a sniper rifle. And, do I want to go there? I don't really know. I guess there won't be anything. Oh, please shut up. I failed that. Royally failed that. Well, it worked at the end. So, you guys are okay there? Yeah, you guys? You good? No civilian casualties. I'm a master. Now, we need to go here. Oh, we can't go obviously through the main door, so let's use this side window here. So down we go. And let's confront Mela.
Adam, it's David. We need to talk. In private.
Nothing's more private than my info link.
I'm not so sure. I've sent a secure vid call number to your smart home system. Get to your apartment and call me.
Okay. Okay.
Verified. Agent Adam Jensen.
Let's make a proper save just to be careful. Hello?
Doesn't make any sense for the Diwali to be working with ARC. They're not terrorists.
Okay.
Delara, what are you doing here?
Is that going to become our standard conversation starter?
I'm serious, Delara. It's dangerous outside. Non-essential staff should be home. How did you even get...
Ouch. Non-essential.
I just meant...
Work with me, Adam. I was trying for a little levity. Truth is, watching Picus News, hearing that the mobs were getting closer to the city, I was reminded of... Let's just say I thought being 3 stories below ground was better than staying in my apartment. So, I called in a favor and got state police to escort me in. Listen, I can tell something big is happening, so I don't want to keep you.
You think something big is happening? And to be honest, this is probably a bit safer than home. But yes, inquire.
You doing okay, Delara?
Look, Adam, I didn't tell you why I left Lim International. That I was in session with a patient when the incident hit, and that I was...
You were attacked.
Her name was Madeline. She was 13. A really sweet kid. One minute we were talking, laughing actually, about something silly I'd said, and the next she was...
It was a terrible day. For everyone.
After I fought her off, she just stared at me like she was totally aware, you know? But not in control. God, Adam, I could see in her eyes that some part of her was still in there, locked away. And she was terrified.
Delara, I'm sure the girl...
Madeline. Her name was Madeline. You know the part that I'll never forget, though? The thing that keeps just replaying in my mind over and over? Right before she jumped out of my office window, I could swear she was crying.
Believe me, Delara, I know how you feel, but you know what I think. I think we're stronger than that day. I think the scars we carry are like armor. I didn't know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound insensitive, but you made it through that, Delara, and I think you're stronger for it. Let's go with sympathize.
I didn't know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound insensitive. But you made it through that, Delara. And I think you're stronger for it.
Thanks, Adam. Guess you just think you're over something, you know? And then...
I understand. But regardless of the reason, you took a risk coming back here. These are dangerous times for everyone.
You don't need to worry about me, Adam. I'll be fine. I'll just hunker down in my office until the storm passes. Besides, I hear I have a very comfortable couch.
Just take care of yourself.
I always do.
Now that's a quite interesting idea, that incident that... that looked a little bit weird. That you yourself are locked inside, you know what's happening around you, you can't stop it, and you still continue to do that. That's actually a scary thought, if you think about it.
Hey,
that
Adam.
You're just watching what your body is doing, and you can't control it.
How'd you get here? I thought the city was locked down.
You don't wanna know.
It's like a war zone out there.
The police scanners are going crazy. You didn't engage them again, did you?
Interpol is trying to stop massive terror attack from happening. We have leads to follow up on. We're running out of time. I don't... Oh. Well, let's go with the justified. It was justified. Well, it wasn't all the time, but it was justified.
I don't think you get what it's like out there, Arya. They're shooting everything that moves. Augmented people, homeless people. They're using this curfew as an excuse to kill the weak, and I stopped some of them.
I didn't mean... You're right, Adam. I wasn't out there. I was just cleared for active duty. I don't want anything to mess that up. I'll wait out the storm in here.
Whose unit are you assigned to for your next mission?
McCready's.
Really? I thought...
He actually recommended me. Told me I shoot better than anyone on his team.
That's great. Talk to you later, Arya.
Oh, we could actually...
Bye, Adam. See you out there.
I wasn't supposed to be as hostile as I was, but yeah. I could go and check the...
Adam.
Hello, Ari. I could go and check the other named characters. Anyone in here? Oh, this is the prison cell. So is it empty now? It's empty now. Yeah, I could go check McCready's, Smiley,
This isn't getting us anywhere.
and that sort of thing before I confront Mela.
Like Augs are gonna be
Smiley boy, Smiley, Smiley. There you are.
Smiley, hanging in there?
Me? What about you? After your little recon mission, you come back to guns in the street. It's pretty bad out there. Any trouble getting around?
Oh, nothing I couldn't handle.
Well, at least you're positive. Wish I was right now. I've been combing through Dr. Tallis Rucker's autopsy report, and apparently the medical examiner found nothing. Can you believe that? Nothing. No poison, no bacteria or toxin of any kind was found in his system. Officially, the cause of death was inconclusive.
Inconclusive? I watched him die, and I know for a fact Marchenko did it. They must have found something.
That's just what I thought, so I got my hands on an earlier draft of the report. And while they were unsure of the cause, at least they knew the effect. An unidentified foreign agent started attacking protein strands, bending them out of shape.
And the body's immune system took it from there.
Exactly. First swelling in the cell walls, then more kinking and bending in neighboring cells. The effect propagated throughout the body, made its way to the brain, where it was game over. Do not pass go, do not collect 200 credits. And that speculation, as they called it, is not in the final coroner's report. As far as they're concerned, the case is closed.
But not for you, right?
There's an unknown substance that kills people in minutes. I want to know what it is. And I'm gonna find out. They've already blocked my request once, but I spoke to Miller and he told me Manderley would make a few calls and get things moving.
Okay, stick with it.
Don't worry about that. It'll take more than being stonewalled by state police to stop me. I'll let you know if anything else comes up.
Thanks, Smiley.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, the poison is orchid and we actually have an antidote. So there's that. Anything on your... Oh, your computer cannot be accessed at this point. So... Anything new?
I don't know why. I always fear the worst.
Okay. Nothing new there. IT support. There's nothing happening here. Briefing room. Empty. Quite empty, actually. So, back to the second floor.
Something's missing.
Hello
Not
there.
safe out there. Not safe. You know, I was starting to think you got rounded up. My God, martial law. I heard it's pretty bad out there.
Bad enough. Don't go out if you don't have to.
Yeah, well, it's getting bad in here too. I've been going a little nuts. I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure who I can trust anymore.
What are you talking about, Chang?
You know I've been looking into Janus, right? Well, turns out Janus knows things about this place. About us. Things they could only know if... Information that could only come from inside.
Really?
You think Janus has a mole inside the task force? What makes you say that? What exactly have you found?
I can't tell you that, Jensen. I'm in charge of cybersecurity here. You really didn't think I wouldn't notice what's been going on? You've been poking into people's computers. You've been doing other things.
You're obviously a smart guy, Chang. Question is, whose side you're on? Do we have a problem?
Do we have a problem, Chang?
Easy, Tiger. I'm not accusing you of anything. Yet. All I'm saying is, I'm a paranoid guy, Jensen. Right now, more than ever. If someone I work with is... I need to know these walls are safe.
Nowhere is safe. My job, my reason for being here, for doing whatever it is you think I'm doing, is to change that.
Are you saying I should keep this to myself for now?
I'm saying you should do what you think is right. Use the resources you have here to go after the people who deserve it. People who manipulate others, who do everything they can to hurt others. You really think that's me?
No, I don't, Jensen. I just be careful, all right? Make sure you know what you're doing.
I'm always careful, Chang.
About that hurt thing? Yeah, let's not talk about that. What happened?
Be careful, Jensen.
Vincent Black.
Goddamn fearmongers and death peddlers.
Diplomatic immunity, numbnuts.
Should be... What?
MIA is still better than him blowing up something else.
Okay, and...
You know what I heard? He got captured, escaped, and sneaked his way out of a heavily guarded facility. That's his idea.
Luckily, we're in a hurry up and wait situation.
That's Jensen. He's a hands-on kind of guy. He's also got a bit of a problem with authority.
So what? The hostiles were there, but he got out with the intel we needed. Mission accomplished.
I guess there's a chance he died in the
Okay. So they're talking about my last mission. Any messages in here? Oh. Interesting. Sync status. This is to dispel any rumors. Station Musket confirms. Based on 3 communications to date, the Aaron Singh has successfully reintegrated himself into the Jinn organization. Jinn. Okay, so that's good. So... we know he's alive. Good. Nothing new. So, MacReady. Wait, you're not here? Oh, Pooh. Where are you? Are you... I
we
guess...
send our guys to the wrong target and we expose ourselves to the enemy.
Okay, so Director... Innocent servers... wait, anything interesting on the map? No. Are these Ah, memorial. So those people who have died.
The United Nations building is only one possible.
I guess there's a chance he died in the blast.
Huh.
You want people arresting you. You have to look out for them. Do you want more people to die? We have jurisdiction.
I got tagged for outstanding parking tickets?
Where?
I need safe passage around this city.
Wait, hang on.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Personnel do not have special
The city's in lockdown, I get it. But
police officials have confirmed
I'm in the middle of a level 1 threat investigation here.
are temporarily nullified.
You do understand we are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that. But I have agents scattered around this city. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is a clear and present danger. Exactly. How the hell are my people supposed to do their jobs if your people keep arresting them? Do you want more people to die?
Hmm.
We
Interesting.
have jurisdiction.
I'm feeling
Where?
so.
When? Don't give me that crap.
Oh,
I
there's
need safe
Latin in there.
passage around this
Hello.
city. Jensen, thank God. I was starting to get worried.
That I wouldn't make it in here, or that I actually would?
What? I've been on the phone for the last half hour, trying to guarantee your safe passage through this city. Whatever you stumbled into at Garm is big.
I know. I've been trying to find out how big for a long time. They knew I was coming. Marchenko and the gold mask from Dubai. Somebody tipped them off.
Are you accusing me?
When I left here, you, me, and Chicane were the only ones who knew what I'd discovered. Solid proof that someone other than Ark was involved in this. But you and your bosses have been trying to pin everything on them right from the start.
You're out of line, Jensen. I sent you after Ark because there were viable suspects in the train station attack.
And because Manderley ordered you to do it.
Yes, he ordered me to do it, but unlike him, I will not ignore evidence to close a case. You've been nothing but an insubordinate cock-up since Manderley put you into this unit.
Manderley?
It was his signature on the transfer papers. I checked. I can't believe we're arguing over this. Not when we need to focus. Right after you contacted me, I got on the horn with Leon. Had them send in a strike team from France. It got there about an hour after you two slipped out.
And the mercs were gone.
Did a pretty good job of trashing the place before bugging out, and left a few booby traps behind. So we have no idea where they went or what they're planning next.
Not necessarily. I heard Marchenko talking to his men. He said something about finalizing a deal with the Diwali.
We need to move on this now. I'll get a search warrant for that old Diwali-owned theater on Tsar Divi Adlam Street.
You really think we have time for a search warrant?
No, but with the city under lockdown, I can't guarantee you'll make it over to the Red Light District alive.
I got here, didn't I? Nobody's killed me yet.
All right, fine. I won't stop you. Just be careful out there, Jensen. Let me know what you find.
Copy that.
Okay, so we are going back to the
You do understand we are trying to stop terrorists here.
the theater, but let's see what we can do first. Obviously, we are going to release the K. And let's see what else we can do. No. Also, I do try to get to the shop in 33 building. If I can. Well, I can, but it's a question how many dead bodies I will leave. But we will see. Okay. Oh, right, and we have that mystery augs, which I will do also. But I wish I get the serial killer stuff. Oh, before I go back there. Because if I remember correctly, it will continue on there, not in here.
Can you hear me? You have to come quick. He's here.
Who's here? Who is this?
It's Daria. From the crime scene. Do you remember? I'm at home. The apartment across from yours. Please, hurry. I need you one thing.
Are you still there? Daria.
Okay. Well, that made things easier. So we go for the K, and then we go back to the old area. But first things first, I need to go to the shop. And yes, I will take this with me because this is nice. I love my turret friends. They're so helpful. So... I got stuck a little bit, but... Oh, wrong button. I'll try to... Few grenades. Are we clear? So I can use the grenades. I haven't been using those, so... I think we're done here, so we can go back to the shopping. Hopefully these guys don't mind me being here. They are buried, but please.
Keep looking. Come on, we'll finish up soon enough.
Okay, I need to wait the search to complete because they are a bit antsy, which is understandable in this situation. Of course. But what?
You interested in some merchandise?
Anything over there?
Stay alert. I'm not getting killed because you got sloppy.
Yes, let's wait. Come on. Piece by piece. Would you like to sell me something?
You crazy! I like.
Yeah.
Depends on what you have.
You're in luck. For you.
Okay. Whatever. Let's do business. Do you have anything whatsoever? Weapons, Lancer. Nothing. Nothing really. Hyposteams, no. Nothing really. I could buy ammo. What do you have? Shotgun, armor piercing. That I don't need. Sure. Let's buy these. Shotgun, EMP ammo. I don't think I need the regular, but let's buy a few of these EMPs. Just to be on the safe side, although I'm not going to use these after all, but... Well, let's buy these two. You don't have combat rifle. Nope. So what can I sell to you then? Basically nothing. But it doesn't really matter. I could sell, let's say, 6 of these. Most likely I will not be using these, but at least we have So I need a little bit more. Actually, I could sell the smoke grenades. Again, I don't think I need those. So we're done with this.
I have...
And I'll leave.
Not interested.
For now. I like the sound of...
Good. Easily humored. Now let's open the inventory. And stick that over there. Why do you like to move these things around? You can stay there then.
How long should we keep looking?
Now.
Just keep searching.
Time to go and free the K. Because of course. I take my trusty turret with me. Oh, by the way, I could check if they dropped something. Well, they did, but what they did, I'm more curious. Well, probably nothing I need that much. Oh, there's a shotgun. So, come with me, turret. We have an adventure. Now. Oh. We need to go... Oh. Honestly, I'll see if I can... Oh. I wish I could disable that turret. But... Oh no. Oh. To be honest, let's go... How many bullets would you need? Okay, probably the armor piercing. I could... Wait. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a bit close. I totally forgot that it might explode. You are shoot. I know armor piercing would be probably better, but well. Let's see which one is better. I'm somehow feeling the turret is better. It is actually. Oh. Pooh. Sorry, my friend. You did good. More money. Honestly, I don't need the but I like the silencer. I do like the silencer. Had I realized there would be a turret here, I would probably try to disable it and control it, but I didn't. It's interesting that the turret is much better than the robot. It would seem like it. As you can see, this is not the quiet way to do these things. It's working, of course, but again. Ooh.
Stop! Get back here! Where did that come from?
Oh, I'm in a sticky situation. Yeah. Not the best way to be. Definitely. Crouching down next to the turret is a bad idea. Really bad idea. Humongous bad idea. So let's see, how do I do this now? Because I want to get that turret on my side without destroying it. If I can. I need to check. Where's the computer then?
Stop! Get back here!
What are you shooting? Oh, oh.
Just stand there and be quiet. What do you think?
I would like to know where the computer is. Let's make a save in here. Try to find.
It's my fault. One should cooperate with the authorities.
If I would be oh.
Just be quiet. Do not provoke them.
Could you please come here?
Nothing to report.
You think so? Oh. Okay. No, this is not working. Wish I would know where the computer is. I don't think SentryBot works the person.
It's my fault. One should cooperate with the authorities.
I should have known better.
Where the hell is the computer? Oh, no.
My parents will be so ashamed.
It's got to be somewhere else.
Just be quiet. Do not provoke them. That's all, Harry.
So I do want to get that robot off my bottom or to my side. Now there's that robot, yes. Oh. If I would be... Interesting. So you are still searching? Where the hell is the computer? It's... Maybe it's on the other side. You're back. Okay. So, let's see. Obviously, I can destroy that if I want to, but okay, we have a problem. Are you... Please turn around. Where is the computer then? Can I get on the overpassage? Yes, I can. There's a computer. Is that the computer I'm looking for? I think it is. It might be. Ah. It's a turret, but that's one of the turrets I already destroyed, so no. Wait. What's over there? There's a robot and computer. Are you like stuck? Well, this is awkward. Can I get to the computer without aggravating you?
Authorization invalid. Systems engaged. Ready to lock on.
Access granted.
Scanning for target.
That actually worked. Okay. Yeah. Now, how do we deal with that robot and turret? I just need one of them to work for me. Anyone in? Oh. Maybe it's somewhere over there. So anyone in here? No. Again, where is the bloody computer? Is it inside here? No. Honestly, well, I don't know. Maybe I just need to go get some stuff done now. I'll check this area. Yeah, there's nothing there. Now the question is, how do I deal with that robot? Obviously I don't need to deal with it, but I kind of want to. You had some painkillers. Maybe I go over there and see what I find from there. Maybe the computer is in the police station. That could be actually a possibility too. Oh no, sorry, found it. So friendly fire on, but that doesn't work with them. That doesn't work with the turret, but it doesn't really matter, so we are infiltrating, as you can see. Take that. Hippos team. Do we have any new mails? We do have. Missing cat. My cat's name is Starlight, and he has been missing for over a week. He's half grey and half white. One eye is blue and one green. is very unique and very precious to me. I know you are all laughing behind my back, but Starlight means everything to me. I am lost without him. Daria Miska. Okay. Our friend Karmondak is retiring soon, assuming he lives through the murder case I just threw at him. In honor in the unremarkable career of an unremarkable man, I'm changing the door code to 0010, the number of cases the old goon has solved in 35 years he's been here. Let's see how long it takes the great detective to crack this one. The short answer to your question is no. If we have been granted these powers, it means we are expected to use them. As far as I'm concerned, Prague is now an extension of Golem City. Act accordingly. Your primary responsibility is to yourself and to your safety of your and to the safety of your men. As someone who has spent many months in Golem, I can assure you it's better to be decisive than hesitant. If you have the slightest doubt, treat the individual in front of you as a threat. And if it is cages we are missing, we will bring more cages. Franz Lundi. I'm sending you additional men with experience in Golem City. Some of these men were forced to take leave following certain highly publicized incidents. I have made special requests to the ministry and fast-track their reinstatement. In my opinion, these are exactly the kinds of officers you require to the task at hand. They are battle-tested and they know how to handle a crowd. Just make sure to keep any cameras away. These are not the kinds of officers you want on the evening news. Okay, I don't feel so bad killing those now. Smoke grenade, I don't need it. Let's go in.
Our old military industrial friend.
Just checking around. There are some ammos. Stun, trank, pistol EMP. Ooh, combat rifle. Biocell. Oh, I don't. Nope. 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 Find a way to open the cell. Well, that's easy. It's right over here. Let's just hack it open. And that's it.
Access granted.
Thank you. They are not here because I pretty much dealt with them. How many crafting points? 320. I need 30 more. Actually, yeah.
I knew it, man. I knew you were one of them all along.
Do I look like I'm one of them?
I can feel my hands right now, but if I could run a search for shadowy extra-government agent on the net, pretty sure it's all you.
Fair point. What happened? You pulled a freedom of information speech on the state police?
Ha fucking ha. They didn't wait for a speech, man. Lesson learned. Smash the state before the state smashes your nose.
Little K asked me to get you out.
She's the K now, man. I'm a liability to Samistat.
She cares about you, Yarrick. She didn't want to leave you or Bones behind.
Always was a cool cat, man. One of the good ones. She wrote The Wheels Come Off 16 years ago, and the conspiracies just keep checking out. Everything except the gray aliens, but who's to say that's not a metaphor?
If she wrote the book...
I don't believe in authorial intent.
Okay, let's go with the martial law.
I might have known you wouldn't keep your heads down during the riots.
This is what a radical news source lives for, man. Lives and dies for. But the helmets on the streets, the extreme peacekeeping, that's not about the Golem riots. How are the Augs gonna get over here? Carpool? No. Someone, somewhere wanted the cops to clean house in Prague. And this is just the beginning. What if they could call martial law anywhere, anytime? Cops without borders.
That's your prediction, huh?
You can take it to the bank, man. The Palisade Property Bank.
Okay. And Picus?
I warned you about picking a fight with Picus. They've got a lot invested in protecting the message.
Would I be talking to you now if Picus had got to us? I mean, does Eliza Kazan have a sense of humor? All those bombs going off lately. What's one more in the sewers? BTW, those are all rhetorical questions.
You don't say.
But they're trying, man. Bones heard the cops talking about extraordinary rendition. What a wonderful connected world we live in, when they can pin an acronym on you, ARC, NSF, who gives a rat's ass, and ship you off to a black site on the UN's credits.
Just how many states are you an enemy of?
All the corporate ones.
Okay, and K.
You told me you were a liability to Samizdat. How do you figure that?
Because the cops burn me, man. Exposure is death. They didn't have to ask a single question. Just took my DNA off their knuckles. My high school dropout date, my sister's parking tickets, my darknet proxies. Oral cemetery.
Oral cemetery?
They didn't get a lot of mainstream airplay. Anyway, Little K shouldn't have sent you. Samizdat has to be bigger than any man or woman.
Samizdat is bigger than you now, Yarrick. The Resistance reached further than you planned for. You want to fall on your sword, there's a better place to do it than in a holding cell.
Whoa, whoa, you know I use the term liability real broadly.
Okay, let's continue.
There's a way out of Prague for you both. The Samizdat Resistance has organized everything. We just need to keep our heads down and get to the cleaners nearby.
The cleaners? Irony. Wait, you mean going through the cops?
Wait here.
It's bad out there right now. Keep your heads down and don't leave here until I tell you to. I'll be back.
Okay, I get it.
Good. I'm gonna take another look outside.
Okay, I have to be very careful. So we are...
I remember you.
Hey, let's talk to you.
Everything is upside down.
Okay.
You here to free us or interrogate us?
Regular ammo.
Get me out?
So where is exactly where I need to go? The cleaners. Cleaning supply? Here? So I probably want to destroy that turret over there. Unless it's already taken care of. Let's see. We can do it something like this, so it doesn't matter that I do not control it. Where do I want to put you? Like so. Probably you can't see anything. No. I'll check what we have here. Probably nothing. Can I? Yes, I can enter. These people are still partying. And this is a curfew area. Yes! Nothing changed. Okay. Cool. Let's leave. Obviously, I make a save and see the place where I think they want to go. Because if not, then I need to really clear the place. And that's a cleaning supply. Anything else for cleaners? Police, the music box, cigar lounge, computer pass adding heavyweights, fine spirits, Stanex. Yeah, I'm fairly sure they mean that. By the way, let's deactivate the main mission for now. Oh, it's already. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Oh, did they... Oh, you're still here. And of course I have to be careful that that thing doesn't shoot my friends. So let's see if this goes well. Yeah, I definitely don't want to have those guys with me until I know what I'm doing. So...
Sammy's dad saw all this coming. We're prepared, man. All we need to do is get to the rendezvous. The cleaners nearby.
Okay. Play it cool.
There's a police locker in the corner that should be stocked with uniforms. Find something that fits and try to look convincing. We need the cops to think you're one of them.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Hopefully the robot won't do anything.
Good. It's time to go.
So if it starts shooting, I'll need to deal with it before we continue. You coming? Are you coming?
We should stay together.
Yeah, I'm waiting you.
It's sad to see the place like this.
Like I'm 20.
So I'm guessing, are you friendly towards us? Where are you going?
I feel like I'm...
Oh, okay. Good, good. Fine. So we are going in the right way.
Talking to myself here.
Okay. So everything is fine, and yes, it's indeed this place. Whip. What?
I think we can finesse evacuation plan.
I feel like I'm 20.
Sam is that.
Low profile, low profile. It's sad to see the place like this.
I cannot believe we made it.
You got that piece done yet?
My God, martial law, curfews, people being jailed for no reason. It reminds me of Warsaw 1982.
Warsaw didn't have drones.
Now what? Do you think we are safe here?
You are for now, but you can't risk going back outside. There's a group organizing underground. They're doing everything they can to create a refuge to get people out.
These men, they are part of this group?
That's right. I know how much it meant to you to stay in Prague, Edward, but things aren't going to get any better. If there was ever a time to leave, this is it. If you wait here, case people will come for you. They'll do everything they can to help.
I think I have no choice now. I will wait here. I will cooperate. Thank you for everything you've done.
Good luck, Edward.
Ready, Eddie. So... Oh, okay. It should be working now.
Yes, exit plans, man, exit plans. Always be making them. We worked this contingency plan out when we started Sammy's death. Didn't think it would actually come to this, though.
No one thought it would be like this. You're gonna need these documents where you're going, wherever that is.
I hear Paris is the best place to have a revolutionary agenda these days. If you want to come along, you can be the muscle. Well, whatever your arms are made of, the stuff they use on space shuttles.
No can do. I've got a previous engagement I really can't miss.
Right, with the cardboard box company.
Watch yourself out there, Kay.
Kay? Kay is Kazdi, man. Kay is everyone. You're part of it now.
Okay. So that is done. Valid territory, that's okay, but we are going to the Brekadzka. First things first, we talk to Sarif. And I think I have another Praxis kit, but fortunately we are quite close to the metro tunnel, so we should be able to get there fast. Obviously I will skip that walking part, but before that, obviously show you everything because there might be something happening here. Oh, it's quite empty actually. Well, let's be perfectly frank, there was actually saying that quite a lot Tuesdays. There was a robot and turret outside, so they would think that would stop anything. Now, Here we go. I'll try to get everything done on this episode, but be right back. So, as I was saying, I try to get these side missions and probably the theater done in this episode, if I can. I don't think they're... Well, basically the orcs are just go and talk to... talk to...
I heard something.
Yes, you did. I just need to get in here. Are you coming over here? If you are, that would be great. No, you're not. Okay. So first things first, we're dealing with the Mr. Good thing that didn't explode. That would have been a bit annoying. Yeah, first things first, I'll try to deal with the orcs. I can't remember how long the serial killing thing is. Probably not that long overall. But we will see it. First things first. Orcs. I'm curious to see how it works out now that I helped Otar and dealt with the rival. So do I need to fight there or am I allowed to go inside just like that? I'll go check these rooms before we continue. Probably nothing new. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, let's see what Sarif has to tell us. Watch TV. No, let's go.
Adam, good. We need to talk, son.
What's going on, Sarif? Why the secure vidcall number?
I looked into Facility 451. It was a processing clinic, one of dozens set up after the incident to help augmented people recover. They were supposed to be places to heal, but they were run more like prison camps.
And?
And I don't think you got your new Augs there. You said rescue teams dumped you in that clinic shortly after Panchaea collapsed, but your name doesn't appear on its entry logs. And it doesn't appear on any survivor recovery lists either.
They said I was a John Doe. Nobody knew who I was.
It wouldn't have been hard to find out. Your augmentations have serial numbers. Or at least the ones I had installed into Adam Jensen did.
Jensen's orgs.
Are you suggesting all my Augs are new? Even the ones you gave me?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you, all the Augs we ever installed had registry codes, and they're not hard to trace.
I know my Augs, Sarif. It took 2 years for my body to get used to them, to unlock all their potential.
2 years? Really, Adam? One of which you don't remember because you were allegedly in a coma in Alaska. Look, son, all I'm saying is it wouldn't have been hard to identify you, but for some reason, that never happened.
Okay, Orlov.
Why are you so sure I didn't get these Augs in Alaska? Orlov was there. I spoke with him.
You said he was using an alias, McFadden. I looked into it. Casper McFadden didn't exist until the day you regained consciousness, which was 1 month before you escaped the facility.
Okay, so where was Orlov?
Not in Alaska. He was with Tai Young Medical for a while, and in the spring of 2028, his name pops up once or twice in the Baltic region. Then he dropped off the grid, and McFadden shows up.
So what does that prove? Orlov is McFadden, and McFadden is Orlov. None of it connects him to me.
Except for the Augs which Orlov designed and nobody else knows how to install, let alone make compatible with a competing system.
Well, so basically Jensen was untraceable for some reason.
I found a set of Orlov schematics in a secret military facility in the Swiss Alps. The mercs there had the same augments as me. Do you think I could have been there?
A secret military base in Switzerland? It's kind of far from the Arctic, but...
But what?
When Panchaea collapsed, the original search and rescue mission was reclassified as a recovery operation after 7 days.
Meaning they weren't expecting to find any more survivors.
A few days after that, a unit of soldiers who were never publicly identified intervened. I think that's who found you.
They pull me out of the ocean, take me somewhere, and a year later, Orlov and I show up in Alaska.
Maybe. Listen, son, there's some conclusions you have to make for yourself. I've gone as far as I can take you. Orlov might have had answers, but as soon as you found out he was in Prague, that he'd been visiting Prague periodically ever since you started working with TF-29's division there, somebody killed him. You tell me what it means.
I can't. Not yet.
Well, if you ever do find out, give me a call. Until then, take care of yourself, Adam. Be careful.
Thanks for the help, Seraph.
Well, more questions than answers, if we're completely honest. Any new emails? No. Now, let's go deal with the kitty cat. Who can dance, 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 who can dance, dance, dance. Maybe. Wait. Two not augment. Okay. Too late for me. So now the door is closed, which is quite careful. But hello.
My Interpol friend, it's dangerous for you to be out in the street tonight. What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, the killer is still out there. More victims have turned up. All of them Augs, all harvested. Just like Angela Gunn.
So it's the same person doing all this, and we still have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure where all this is going, but I've been looking at old case notes, and it's uncanny. Marek Svobotka, the old harvester, he's supposed to be dead. Yet this killer seems to... Little habits that were never made public. I even called the cemetery just to make sure Svobodka's still dead.
And?
He's dead.
I got an idea, and I guess it's connected to augments, maybe. But let's go with the question.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It's still my case, isn't it? And it's still open. I was hoping that maybe Daria suddenly remembered something. What about you? You know very well that your Interpol ID doesn't mean shit tonight. Hell, I should be arresting you right now.
Okay. I don't have time for this. Daria's in trouble and I need to get inside. You do whatever you have to do. She was in trouble. She was convinced that the killer had come after her. Now I find you snooping around. Let's go with the confide.
Daria called me. She said she was in trouble. She said he was here. Then she got cut off. Is she in there?
I wouldn't know. I knocked and no one answered. I've been worried about her. So she called you, huh?
You know how she feels about cops.
Right. Look, you're not supposed to be outside tonight. I'll take a look around the building. You see if you can find a way inside. Hopefully we're not too late. Just try not to get caught, eh?
I won't.
Okay. Let's just open this bad boy up.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
I have a funny feeling, this might be remembering the old gameplay, that it's connected to augments and it Might have altering a personality. Maybe. Hairpin? Well, that was a bit lucky. What else do we need to find from here? Quite a lot, I presume. I try to keep them alive for as long as possible. Aug serial killers saw him as well. Helping them go to heaven. Families of attended execution. Marek Swobotka to be executed tomorrow. Aug killer on the loose. Police deny rumors of copycat killings. Salvation through torture. Ooh, nice. Well, not nice, but I try to keep them alive. Yes. 1 year later, Memorial Harvester killer continued to haunt local citizen. Local penitentiary wins lucrative. Okay. About managing psychological disorders written by Dr. Nicholas Chipra. Okay.
Now back to
Moose.
State police in Prague, working under direct instructions from the
In the Footsteps of the Harvester by Angela Gunn. From the best of Angela Gunn in memoriam. 4 years ago, Marek Swobotka terrorized our city for 7 months. By the time he was done, 27 bodies were uncovered. In each killing, traces of EMP were discovered, used to stun or incapacitate the victim. In each killing, puncture wounds were linked to the use of a homemade muscle relaxant. And, most notably, in each killing the victim's augmentations were removed. Shortly before execution, Swobotka was asked why he did it. Where did the hatred for augmentations stem from? I don't hate them, he said. I saved them. I make them human again. Swobotka saw augmentation as a threat, both to the individual and to the collective good. In his own twisted way, he was arguing then what the UN is arguing now. Whether pseudo-spiritual rhetoric or carefully crafted legalese, the underlying message is the same. Salvation through torture. If Marek Swobotka were alive today, he would have a reason to be proud. His nightmare vision was become our political reality. Right. Is that just alcohol? Yes, that's just alcohol. Hypothermic needles. And neuropsine. Cabinet? Do we need the beer? Anything else? Barak in Daria Miska's apartment? Yes, there is. Of course, we're gonna check the Oh, nope. I thought that was a button, but it was just a label. More cat toys. Daria, you must see me right away. Listen to me. I know some part of you doesn't want this. Some part of you is scared and looking for a way out. Keep in mind that the surgery was very delicate. Your brain is still trying to process the implanted signals. All I ask is that you hear me out. I understand if you had doubts about my intentions, but right now I am your best and only chance. Taeyong has set me up a pharmacy in the Davni district. I'm well equipped for what needs to be done. Please come see me before you do anything else, before anyone else gets hurt. Nicholas Chipra, Tritse 15. Okay, so follow the trail. I found something that belongs to Daria along with what looks like a trail of blood out if I want. Okay, so we need to follow that trail. Oh, there's something over there. Hello, Whispers. Hi, he's coming. Here he comes. Door not knocking, not knocking, not knocking, knocking. Hi. Please not me. Please not me. Not me. Not me. No, not me. Not me. Who's there? Not me. 698843. Not me. Who's there? Who's knows? Chipra knows. Knows me not. Not me. What's your name, neighbor? Mzbotka. Heidi. Me Heidi. Me Heidi. Hide me. Okay. Not crazy at all. And we have this. I'll just... Ah, yeah, okay. It moves ever so slowly. How do I exit? Okay, that works. So, do I have everything, maybe? Let's follow the trail, obviously. Just taking quick look, see that I don't miss anything too huge. Hopefully I don't. Oh right, we need to check the body number. 698843. Okay. Alright, I do have the augmentation. Where could I use it? I'll maybe save it for now. So we went upstairs. And okay, let's make a quick save, because if I need to, I'm quite not sure. Did she drop down? Well, there's some blood over there. Ah. Piece of torn cloth found close to where Daria Miska went missing. Okay, what else? Do we have something else around here? Do I want to go here? Wait a minute. What's the quest says? Follow the trail. Do I want to do the optional? I'm quite not sure. I may want to do that. Come on. So that would mean I need to go there. Okay. I'll do that. I'll go there, and once I get there closer, unless something happens, probably not, then we will see when I'm there, because I'll probably want to see that optional stuff. So, be right back. Okay, everything went badly. I tried to empty a little bit those cards, make my life a little bit easier, so, well, now we are making things easier. Oh, you there? Okay. It's base. Yeah, that flying thing really saw me there, but oh. Oh, you're there. Not anymore. So this will make my life much easier to coming back and forth now. At least a little bit. That wasn't me. Can I open these? Unfortunately, no. Well, makes things easier. I could take that again and just sneak around, but let's go with this. I'm running out of... Wait. I'm actually running out of ammo on combat rifle. That is quite hilarious if you think about it. Well, but I do have others. Now, I'll go back with the mission and continue to the to see the doctor, so be right back. Okay, not good, not good. Let's go with this. Oh, it didn't kill it. Let's try it again. Okay, that worked. Please shut up. Where did... Oh, you over there, which is fine. And more money and ammo. I'll probably have to check the Tarvos, or what is Taris, whatever. That dude for ammo. But before that, let's put the gun away and talk to the doctor. Hello, doctor.
We have no business together.
We have no business together. Actually, we do.
What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
I know.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
I don't have much time, so you need to start talking. Daria is in grave danger. That is, if she's even still alive. If there's something I need to know about her. Bluff, I'm asking for your help. Daria's missing. She's gotten herself mixed up in this. No, let's go with press.
I don't have much time, so you need to start talking fast. Daria's in grave danger. That's if she's even still alive. If there's something I need to know about her.
Trust me, there's no hurry. The further men like you stay away from Daria, the better it is for everyone. You should forget it.
Why men like me? Look, I know about the email you sent her. I know you performed some kind of surgery. Why was it so important for Daria to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Taeyong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project. The cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
Company like that and running experiments to make better people? What could possibly... Let's go with Inquire.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Taeyong forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
I'll guess I'll just forward that email you wrote to her police or maybe straight to the media. We'll let them make sense of your involvement in all this appeal. I'm trying to save Daria. If any part of you cares about what happens to her, now is the time to tell me. What do I need to know to help her? I'll go with the appeal.
I'm trying to save Daria. If any part of you cares about what happens to her, now is the time to tell me. What do I need to know to help her?
Daria is beyond help. You're wasting your time.
That's for me to decide. Now tell me about this procedure. And you can quit stalling, because I'm not going anywhere until I get the answers I need.
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Young had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Tai Young Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobotka, better known as the Harvester.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given, was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
Oh, great. Mock, your pet project's been haunting the streets of Prague. She's been tearing people apart. I'm starting to think she wants to tear me apart. I'm sorry for all that inconveniences you, Doctor. An innocent woman's been turned into a vicious killer in large part because of a procedure you carried out. I'd say that matters. Let's go with the frightened.
Your test subject's been murdering people all over Prague. Maybe you'll be next.
What? She didn't actually mention me, did she?
Is that all you care about? Your own skin?
It's not all I care about, but it's a very high priority.
Then let's put it this way. She's not the only one you need to be scared of right now.
All right. Look. We obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know.
What, kill her?
That would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
Okay, let's go with the other way.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I think it was Alpha.
She must be held accountable.
No, you must be.
Maybe, but I still think you're hiding something.
Look, I'm the only one who can analyze the data and find out exactly what went wrong. To make sure this never happens again. Please, you must agree to incapacitate Daria and remove the chip. Bring it back to me, and I promise, you will be compensated.
We'll see.
Interesting. It was... Wait a minute. Yeah, I noticed. I was again staring at Casey too much. I just noticed the QuickTime event. So let's try this again.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I don't think Daria's as responsible as you make her out to be. Taking her out and removing the chip is great for you. Gets rid of any evidence that might link her actions to your bungled experiment. But there's no way it's my only option. And there's no way Tai Young Medical would develop a sensitive technology like this without some kind of failsafe. I know you're holding something back.
Like what?
A weakness. An override. Something that allows me to talk to her without the influence of whatever it is you install.
Well, there is an override phrase. Daria has been programmed to react to it with specific subconscious impulses that are designed to trigger a shutdown of the chip.
Why wouldn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. the decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them. That was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ad hominem 2026. But I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around her.
Yeah, again, I was staring too much that Casey Aug, and I basically missed that quick time event. I only just saw the corner of my eye and it was too late. I have to remember that. So we now have that code, and that means we are going back, which means I'm not going to bore you. Next time we will see we'll be in the sewers, hopefully. And time to meet Daria. Hopefully we can deal with this peacefully. And honestly, I will try to do that, so if I need to load, I will. Now we have load. Cell phone. Looks like Daria Miska's cell phone. This is probably what she used to call me. Could be, indeed. Now, I'm guessing we are going on the right way. And there she is. Let's see if we can just deal with this talking.
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
So where is he? You can drop the act area. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I'll go with this.
You can drop the act area. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image. Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
I'll go with the use keyword.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique, his courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
Absit omen or ab origine? Well, ad hominem.
Ad hominem 2026.
What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Cipra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Cipra did. There's nothing to be scared of, right? Surely whatever trace of the harvester was inside me is gone now that you've said the magic word.
Persuade.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Augs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
Okay, Omega. Sadistic, defiant, inhumane. Subject's personality traits are those of Marek Svobodka, the original harvester killer. Whatever part of the real Daria Miskat that now remains has long lain dormant, she must be found. So I could go with differentiate, which is obviously correct. Incorrect, I mean. You're not the harvester. Svobodka's personality overwhelmed your own. You are acting like him, killing him like him, justifying it all in the same sick ways that he used to. Try to remember the day you first walked into Tsipra's office. You were someone else. Humanize is the right way. The victimized, you're the victim, the psychic hubris of a procedure that should never have taken place. You're not a killer. Your experimental treatment cut too many corners and didn't follow up like it should have. You've been let down. But we are going with the humanize.
This notion you got that augmented people need saving, that there's something less than human. Look, I didn't know her, but I guarantee you Angela Gunn was a human being. Her humanity was defined by her ideas, her passions, the causes she believed in. It had nothing to do with whether or not she was augmented.
Svobodka never saw them as individuals. To him, they were victims of an age that terrified him. Mirror images of the monster he had become. He believed the entire race was under attack, that mechanization would keep our souls from migrating.
How does that sound like to you when you say it? Migration of the soul, victims of an age? I'm not talking abstract concepts here. I'm talking about people. Svobodka never saw his victims as human beings because it would have made it impossible to do what he did. He was sick, he was scared. Whatever he was no savior.
You're right. The more he killed, the easier it became. That is why he had to repeat the actions, ritualize them. It was a way of justifying his beliefs. If you kill one man, the memory is like an anvil. If you kill 7, you quickly forget the first. It all starts to seem inevitable. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
Oh, that was interesting. So, yeah, it's Omega still. It's still humanized. His cause, not yours. I don't know the extent to which you're responsible for your actions, whether you chose to be like him or whether it was out of your control. But you are different. Recognize that and start distinguishing his motives from your own. Svobodka was all about exuding power over people. That was the only cause he cared about. He made himself feel strong by making others helpless. That's exactly what he's done to you. Once you accept that, maybe you can start to forgive yourself. But no, humanize.
Svobodka didn't have a cause. He was a serial killer, acting out on impulses that he tried to couch in spiritual rhetoric. A way of convincing himself that his actions were justified, but they weren't. No amount of faith or abstraction makes it okay to dehumanize people the way he did.
No. No, it doesn't. But so what if you're right? So what that Svobodka's motivations cannot stand up to scrutiny? His actions, my actions, cannot be justified. Where does that leave me? If those others did not deserve to die, then I deserve to die.
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Tsipra and Tai Yun.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Tsipra and Tai Yun Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
Let's approach.
All right, Daria, we need to get you out of here for real now. This needs to end.
The version of me who did those things to Angela, I cannot even imagine it being me, even though I know it was. Whatever happens now, whatever the authorities decide, I hope you believe me.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about a neural procedure I underwent. It involves Taiyong Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Sipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
Well.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
2 years ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Taiyong Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels so long ago now. Another lifetime.
Anything I need from him?
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved, when it happened.
I'm not that person anymore. I swear to you.
Take your time.
Anomaly
Nothing's
detected.
going to
Access
happen
granted.
until I get the full story.
Okay, so that went pretty nicely. What can I do for here? Turrets off, camera off. Yeah, it's just annoying. You have to concentrate on the Casey Hawk and and try to listen in what they're saying, and that happened me with the doctor. I was staring too much to Casey and missed totally the quick time event, because that's only second time it's been used. I hear some bleeping. Okay, I'll make a save. I'll deactivate these. Hopefully. I'm making save so I don't kill these. Okay, that worked.
Turning myself in is for the best. I know that now.
Goodbye, Montag. Have fun, and this is your big break to do some good. Now, let's see what I can do with my augments. Basically, I could do whatever I want. I don't really know anymore. I might as well buy a few of these. Yes. And yes, okay. Now, I know this is a longer episode. Well, I have all my episodes are quite long, so there's that. But we're not done yet. I actually went and bought TARS from the TARS. I bought some ammunition. But what I'm going to do now is because we've done wait. Yeah, we need side missions, points of interest are done. We need to go here, the theater. I'll go and see if I can actually just do that peacefully. So in that regards, I don't know how it happens. If I need to fight there or sneak there, then that will be probably next episode. But if I'm lucky and I'm just let to be go there, because after all I helped Otar and he should be ruling the Dvalis now, so maybe, just maybe, just walk out and be done with it. But anyways, I don't bore you with the traversing, there's quite a lot of that in this episode, so I'll be closer to the red light district when I'm back, so be right back. Well, this should be interesting. There's a turret and a few guards at least.
You shouldn't be outside tonight, Adam. Prague is no longer safe.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm looking at a police barricade right now.
They will not let you pass, but I can help with that. I suggest you take cover.
Eliza, what do you have in mind? Subtle.
Now is your chance to get past them. Be careful, Adam. I do not want to lose you again.
Jensen, you still alive out there?
Yeah, just made it to the red light district. Any luck with that search warrant?
State police aren't even taking my calls. I'm afraid you're on your own this time.
Story of my life. But I got it, don't worry. Miller, the Duvali own most of the apartments surrounding the old theater, isn't that right?
Yeah, and they're very possessive of them. So if you're thinking of getting in that way,
It's gone a little further than just thinking.
then expect it to zip straight past peaceful negotiation the minute they see you. Jensen, you said Marchenko needed to finalize a deal, right?
With the Duvali, yeah. Not a lot to go on, I know.
Maybe not. But these guys are the best smugglers in the world, which means a lot of forged paperwork. You might find something in the Kingpin's office.
Assuming I can find that.
Okay, this should be interesting because, yeah, we killed Radic, so are they hostile? I'll go and check. If they are, do I want to go to the... are you friendlies in here? Yes, you are. Can I buy something? Oh, you're not a store. Okay. Anything that... oh, right, it's right here. Do you have anything?
Hard to keep away.
Multi-tools, grenade launcher... no.
I'm just...
Your choice.
Nothing worthwhile. So... I definitely just go through the main door. And see how it goes. Again, I have no idea what happens because you would think that they're with me because I helped them, but who knows. Updating journal. Oh, need a correct key card. And to go around, I don't have a key card for that. So there are two ways: through the roof or the other way. Let's see the roof access.
Hello, baby.
Hello. So
I haven't had any clients in 2 hours.
well, no wonder you do realize there's a curfew going on. Come on, grab it. Thank you. So there we go. Are you guys hostiles? Is this a hostile area? I'll make a quick save. Oh, you are definitely a hostile person there.
Что это за хуйня?
Okay, so far so good. He says. Now, what is the situation down there? Quite a few people. Basically, what I'm hearing about, are they actually going to...
Over there.
Okay.
Patrol is clear, Bratista. Yes, do that.
There's a body over here.
Try kicking him. If that doesn't work, then we'll call the ambulance. All clear over here. You?
Что?
Nothing. Can you believe this guy?
I'll keep watch from here.
Oh, no. That didn't go too well. Let's just go in. Oh, wrong button. Totally wrong button. Okay, I'll see if I can use that security console. Is it open? Okay, that didn't work. What was the time? Oh, F2, I pressed the wrong button.
Damn it! Have you ever even used the gun?
Come on.
I'm going to fucking kill you!
That works. That works.
I'm going to.
Well, I had hoped to deal this with different way, but we might as well deal with this like so. Because I would like to start the next episode.
Was that you? Пойдем проверим.
Basically closer to the end of the mission.
Time to shoot the Uyobok! Are you crazy? I'm not going over there!
Okay. Might as well take these. Oh, Otar! Goodbye, Otar. Now, At least I dealt with all of the volleys now. That works for me, yes. Now let's go downstairs. Was it through here? No, that wasn't my idea. Oh, is this the right way? Oh, you're friendly now. That's good. So I don't have to worry about you at all. Oh, wait, what is that? Nothing. Did I have a code for this? No.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Area is secure. No entry.
Access granted.
Thank you. No. Wait, seriously? Nothing here? Okay, nothing here. What was the way to go down? Here, obviously. Okay. More actiony, yes. But at least I'm using those augments I bought. So there's that. And we've dealt with the Dwali's now. We found the office. Your shipment has arrived at Heathrow and has cleared customs. Our people will begin loading it on the truck 2 hours and 15 minutes after official sunset London time. It will be ready for your Apex Center reception bay prior to sunrise in a lot TI-9948, just in time for a safe harbor convention. Confirmed, final payment transferred.
Miller, Marchenko is targeting the safe harbor convention in London.
Jesus, there'll be hundreds of people there.
How fast can we move on this?
I'll warn London and get Mac working on a mobilization plan for them. You go home. We'll contact you there.
Make sure everything's...
Alex, they are hitting London. The Dvali agreed to smuggle weapons and the Orchid into Apex Center.
Fuck, man, they want to take out Brown. He's their real target. I've been digging into him.
Get to my apartment. Explain it to me there.
Make sure everything goes smoothly tonight. We need at least 5 girls who are qualified enough to our shipment up north. You know what they like. Don't waste time if potential isn't there. If the potential isn't there. As usual, whoever doesn't make the cut gets into Moscow. My film producer friends always look. I'm on a train out tonight. Remember, I'll have Abraham Green taking care of it. I told them your shop is to be left alone. But remember, Vaclav, don't mistake my kindness for friendship. You just keep me supplied with the product and I'll stay alive. You're the boss, but the product isn't up to me, it's up to Galua. I don't get involved with other people's family matters. What Dominic does is his business. That said, this deep freeze between us isn't doing either of our interests any good, so out of respect for you, I'll pass your message to him, but the decision will still be his mother. You're still selling Dominic short. Your son has earned a place at my table and I have big plans for his future. You should be very proud, Radich. Let me be very clear, Dominic's future is not to his decide and it's most certainly not yours. I also would prefer to return to our former state of full cooperation, but until you do as I ask, I am afraid the distance between you and I will only grow. Wait, I'm gonna check this. Probably nothing new, but I'll just take a quick peek.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Come on.
access granted.
And that's it. Hello, Mr. Botkovelli. Your man is here. He wants me to tell you that he has gone into my head as I write this. He wants me to tell you that he has done a... You has taken my leg now. He wants to tell me that he did it so slow I would feel every moment of pain. He wants me to tell you that I understand this is so I will remember this pain the next time I think about cheating you. He wants me to tell you that I know there will be no next time though. He wants me to tell you that he's going to kill me now. He wants me to tell you I'm terrified. Him kill me, it's offline. Igor Melnik to Otar Botkovelli. Okay. Clocker is business, so when I say that he's not Dutch, I effing mean that he's not be Dutch. I think I read this. Yeah, I think I've read this. So now we know where we need to go, and that means London. And that is where we are going actually, but on the next episode. So what do I need to do now? Travel to Prekatsa again. So back to my home. So that will be on next episode, and that will be probably the last episode of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. And I have to see what I'm going to play next. Probably I'll may check the DLCs. I haven't decided yet. But I also have to think what I play next. Anyways, this is again a longer episode, but we've done quite a lot. We've finished Harvester, we've finished every side quest and augments. Basically, one thing that took a lot of time, and I tried to make it that shorter, is that so much you have to go back and forth. And I have to say that I saw too many times Adam swinging his hands, probably over 20 times, maybe even more. Because it loops quite a lot animation when you go through the metro. Anyways, next time I'll probably start from the closer to the Adams building. So we see you there, and then we go to London. I kind of have a vague recollection what do I need to do there. Try to. There was a reason why I went to bank, because I want to have that antidote, and also I'll try to see if I get the best ending I can. I managed to do that earlier, but if I need to reload, then I need to reload, but let's see how it goes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.